Hello and welcome or welcome back to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. This is Jeff here. Today we're going to continue building the Thieves of Tortuga, which is set number 910053. 4,002 pieces, 13 minifigures. And we have gotten through bags 1 through 25. There's 51 numbered bags and 5 unnumbered bags. So we're about halfway. By the time we're done today, we will be over halfway. But what I don't like is when I forget to unplug my camera because it keeps flashing at me. It's going to do it in a second, so let me unplug it. All right. I also bought new camcorder batteries. They arrived on Saturday, so these should have a longer battery life. The other one was, when I first bought it, I could record for 4.5 hours before it crapped out on me. And then by the time I replaced it, it was about an hour. So anyway, let's go ahead and switch cameras. Let's start the building. And yes, I do have a joke for you. So let's start off with the first joke of the day. And I say first joke because we might tell more. Relevancy is currency. Hello, Mayo. How you doing? And so the first joke of the day is, do you guys remember that joke I told you a while back about... Oh. I messed that up. Oh, yeah. No. I said it right. I'm sorry. Okay. Do you remember that joke I told you a while back about a chiropractor? Well, it was about a week back. All right. One of my favorite things in Lego animals are these seagulls. I like how they're kind of like rubber instead of plastic, but yet they work. I don't have very many of these. I probably have less than 10 in my whole collection, but I love them. So anyway, Mayo, how's your day going? You doing all right today? And if you're not, let me know. And also let me know if you are. I mean, it's all good. All right, I'm going to close this file because this is being extremely cantankerous. So I'm going to open up the PDF again because a lot of times when you close it up and reopen it, it decides to start working a lot better, starts behaving. So let's make it behave, shall we? Well, I was working on the city a little bit last night. Sounds like your days and nights are turned upside down, which I've been there before. I was working on the city yesterday. Excuse me. And doing really well, actually. I was working on the subway area, and I'm hoping to get far enough soon that I can start working on the street level. Because the street level, that's where it's at. That's what I really want to do. I've got so many buildings I want to do that. The city update is supposed to be tomorrow. I'm not sure I'm going to make it, though, because the only time that I've had to work on it this whole entire week was yesterday for about 2 hours, and that was it. Now, if I can get more time today, I could very possibly squeeze out a video for tomorrow. But if not, I don't know. I guess it'll be next week. I don't like that, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And hello, John. Hello, Cajun. And how you guys doing? And since you guys missed my joke, I got to tell you the joke. The joke is, do you guys remember that joke I told you a while ago about a chiropractor? It was about a week back. Yeah, it's usually Wednesdays, but who knows? I'm gonna try to, like I said, I'm gonna try to squeeze one out. I've already that sounds wrong, but I've already started the video yesterday, but it's not a time lapse. I just do not have time for a time lapse this time. because I released the time-lapse build of this yesterday, I think it was. And boy, that was a video that's going to be long remembered because it was difficult as ever to get that one done. So anyway, I'm not complaining, just telling you what happened. And let's see. If you guys would drop a like, please, I'd appreciate it. And I know you guys normally do, but you know, I like to remind people too. And Yeti, that was fun hanging out last night. I built 2 more of the Spider-Man subway cars. I'm really hoping they stay on sale for a little bit because I'll probably have the money to get. Because see, I'm funding this through Bricklink sales right now, and if everything holds the way I hope it does, I will be able to buy some more this coming Saturday. So hopefully they're still for sale at a lower price. It's like I want to build the world's largest city on a Kmart budget. And you might laugh at that, but that's actually kind of true. There's more truth in that than you know. Enzo, can you stop doing that? Dogs are just grossing me out. Hey, Yeti, I've got the next $1 million idea that you and I can retire off of. We're going to make new dog treats. And the new dog treats, it's going to be simple. What flavors we're going to do? We're going to do liver and nuts. Because that's what they're always doing. So they're always licking. And for cats, we're also going to come out with a new line of cat treats. And we're going to call it tuna and ass. Because again, what do they always eat and what are they always licking? I'll bet you we'll make millions off of that one. All right, we are exactly halfway through this set. And hello, Will, if I didn't say it already. I think I did, but hey, you know what? My memory is so bad, I don't even remember what happened 5 seconds ago. So that's how Mrs. Chip gets away with half the stuff she does. I don't remember nothing. All right, anyway, just kidding. Nope, I still haven't heard from Mrs. Chip, and I won't hear from her until, probably Saturday or Sunday. That's when they're slated to be done. But I was warned by her that the way things are, that if they don't get their stuff done, they stay out there till it is done. So it might be longer before I hear from her. All right, 5 seconds, Tom. All right. Yes, that's me. That's me in my memory. That would be correct. So yesterday, I already took it outside to the shop, but yesterday I showed my proof of concept when it comes to the elevator for the Avengers Tower. So that update, there will be an update on that coming out. Hopefully, I'm really hoping next week. My time is very, oh my gosh. I don't even know where time goes. Time's so precious. Sometimes I wished I had the money to hire somebody. But I ain't got jack diddly right now. So that will not be happening. Okay, let's see. We got another piece here. I'm gonna be lurking. I'm walking right now. If your live stream, okay. Well, as of right now, I think there's a pretty good chance I will be live streaming tonight. I've got a couple ideas. It mostly has to do with how much time I have. I noticed a very significant problem with my house that I have got to take care of right now, or I won't have a house. So as soon as the stream is done, I'm going outside to dig me some dirt. What's going on? Well, the guy who built this house, I think I've told you guys over and over. God, I hate to really say this, but the guy was a fucking dumb shit. I mean, like, everything that he could have done wrong, he did. And he didn't do proper drainage around the house. And so now, if I don't act soon, I'm actually going to lose the house because the west side of the house is sinking. And I noticed that Sunday. And it's because he didn't grade the dirt away from the house. The water just comes towards the house, gets underneath the footer and foundation, and it's the walls are starting to crack down there. I've got extra dirt, so that means I got to go out there and work my butt off. And I grabbed the wrong piece. Is this bigger? Yes, it is. Hello, Roaming Bricks. How you doing? And how you doing? Never too old. Yeah, I mean, for you, those who haven't watched my channel, you probably don't know all this, but yeah, seriously, the guy I bought the house from, he built it himself, and just about every corner he could cut, he did. And I bought the house 4 years ago, and keep in mind, this is with me and my son doing most of the work. We've spent like $30,000 in materials fixing this stupid house. I love the house because it's out in the country and everything, but I sure don't like the headaches that came with it. And my home inspector was a joke. I mean, I paid for one, but I swear he must be a relative or something of the guy because he only caught a couple things. And the things he caught were just like things that anybody, even a 3-year-old, could walk in and go, "Hey, that's crooked." Yeah, I know. Thanks, man. So anyway, that's why I stopped building basements. It's not like they save us from a nuclear war. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Roaming Bricks. I appreciate that. I'm not going to try to lift the house. I'm literally just going to put better drainage to stop it. Because right now, if you go in the basement, the concrete is cracked and it's only fallen about a quarter of an inch. It hasn't fallen a whole lot. So if I were to put the proper drainage around there, it will not continue. It'll stop. So I'm just going to do proper drainage for now. Maybe later at a different time, if I have to, I'll figure out a way to take care of the foundation. But for right now, it's just to stop the bleeding. Oh, and I don't know if I told you guys, this weekend was kind of special for my father-in-law, Mrs. Chip's dad. He lost his wife like 4 years ago to cancer, and on Saturday he got married again 4 years later. And I have not met the woman. I've only talked to her on the phone because I live so far there in Ohio. But yes, he got remarried this weekend, so very proud, very happy. So I live in a city where 1 million years ago it was a swamp. Basement leak. Every basement leaks. Every house settles almost a foot, and they're putting in basements. Yeah, that would be dumb. Here, we're on volcanic rock. We have a little bit of dirt on top of the volcanic rock, but it's mostly volcanic rock. In fact, if you go around the county, you'll see farmers' fields where they've plowed and they ran into volcanic rock, and there's usually a pile here and there in the field of just volcanic rock they've removed to make it nice and smooth, you know, easy to farm in. So we do have a lot of volcanic rock here, but when you've got dirt underneath the house and water gets underneath it and erodes some of that dirt, it is going to fall. So, and I've got plenty of dirt because I had, and I know this is going to sound funny, but I didn't know what I was doing when I first moved in. I just paid a local guy. He's like, oh, I got a truckload. How much is the truckload? He's like $300. I said, okay, I take a truckload. I had no idea how much 13 tons of dirt was, but he delivered 13 tons of dirt. And so I still have that around. I still have that in 2 piles of my property. One pile is almost completely gone, but because I've used it up, but the other one's not. Yeah. I lived in a suburb that 30 years ago was a swamp. Yeah, my parents is the same way, Mayo. They used to be a swamp where they lived, and they drained it and all that good stuff. And yeah, it helps if I pay attention to what I'm doing, right? And congratulations to the dad-in-law. Yeah, he's a really good man. I don't know. I know a lot of people don't get along with their in-laws, but I really like my father-in-law. I honestly think he's a really good man. I mean, he put up with his wife for all those years, and I'm not kidding. That was I'm not trying to be rude, but if someone could have put up with her, they're a good person, man. Okay, I should not have, and I should not. It's right here. Okay, good. We can't have basements in Louisiana. I'm only 24 foot above sea level. Yeah. Yikes. Yeah, that's one thing that living here, I had to get used to, because I lived in Virginia where I was only like 100 feet above sea level. And then I moved here, and we are, well, where I first lived was 4,300 feet above sea level, and that was in Layton, Ohio. I keep saying it, Layton, Utah, not Ohio. I said that I actually said it in the video the other day. I said Layton, Ohio. I don't know. As far as I know, there is no Layton, Ohio. There's Dayton, Ohio, but that's not what I'm talking about. Anyway, Layton's 4,300 feet above sea level. Now where I'm at, we're a little higher. We're at 4,700, and we do get a lot more snow than Layton, even though it's just a couple hundred feet. In fact, the mountains behind me have had snow on them for over a month. Nothing on the valley floor yet, but it's coming. And my back, this is the first day that I've woken up, my back's not hurting. So just in time for me to mess it up again by going outside and digging dirt, right? Nah, I'm being cynical there. If my neighbor's home, he's got a tractor. I'm going to see if he'll come over and pick up a couple scoops and throw it on there. Because if he did that, he'll have it done in 5 minutes. If I do it, I'm going to be out there a couple hours. But that just means he's got to be, that just means out of the kindness of his heart, he's got to want to do it. Otherwise, it's going to be a shovel and a wheelbarrow. All right, for those who are keeping track, we're on bag 30. Let's see, Chip, go get that gold. Yeah, digging for gold. That's right. Better than the other places I dig for gold. My mom used to yell at me for. And actually, that's something I really do miss. I don't get to spend much time with my mom. Oh boy, this is nuts. Let's see. What makes it worse is that where I live used to be crawfish ponds, and it was part of the, boy, I can't even try to pronounce that basin. Sorry, buddy. I'd try to pronounce that, but I'm going to butcher that. And Mayo, I'm trying to avoid back pain. Yeah, me too. Are you suffer from it regularly? I'm just curious because I do. Yeah, I'm going to see if my neighbor next door will do it first before I go out there and do it. But if he can't do it, then, well. Yeah, my neighbor's a really good guy, too. He's an older retired fellow and his wife. They're both retired. Well, she works part-time at the senior assisted living center thing, but she's only part-time. And anyway, she's a good person. They're both good people. Some of the best neighbors anyone can ask for, I'll tell you that. Okay, well, looks like not the neighbors I was just talking about, the other neighbors. It sounds like their dogs got out because I can hear it barking up against my house. Hate that dog. It'll just sit there and bark at you, but it won't do anything. It'll just bark at you and bark at you and bark at you. And you're on your own property. And it's like they own 5 acres, you own 3, so it's pretty far from home. That's why I don't like the dog. All right. It says, be careful with your back. It's like I told you once you messed it up. That's why I have a crushed spinal cord, and every time the weather changes, back pain gets worse. Yeah, I originally hurt my back working at UPS. I was unloading a semi, and I don't know if you guys ever seen how they do it. They actually have a pretty efficient system. It's a they have these belts, conveyor belts that contract, and so you just sit there in the back of a semi, and when you start, you don't have to extend it very far, just enough to get inside the semi. And as you unload, you put it on the conveyor belt, and you can actually control it with your butt by bumping buttons on purpose. That's the way it's built. And you just sit there, and as you go further along, you just kind of bump this little it has 2 of them, one to retract it, one to bring it forward. And you just kind of bump it every now and again, and it extends it and extends it and extends it until you get to the end of the semi trailer. It's really efficient. However, what's not efficient is how some guys load it, and they're supposed to load it properly, but sometimes they don't. and that's how I got hurt. Was I was unloading a semi that wasn't loaded properly, and the way you're supposed to do it is from the top, and in rows, and from the top down, and that's what I was doing. But I removed a box, and the next couple rows fell on me, and when that happened, I got pinned up against the semi wall with all the weight. And I got really lucky because normally you work by yourself, but I wasn't working by myself that day because my supervisor was doing a piece count on me, and he was kind of he wasn't in the semi, but he was close to the opening of the semi. So he saw the whole thing happen. So I wasn't pinned for very long, but that doesn't matter. What does matter is that once you're pinned, your body is forced into positions that it should have never naturally been in. And that caused 4 bulging discs in my back, lower back, and it caused me to herniate a disc in my neck because of the way that I was pinned. And I've been paying for it ever since, and that was 2006 when that happened. So almost 20 years ago. That's how long I've been dealing with this crud. 20 years. And I'm going to be dealing with it for the rest of my life. I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. I've just learned to accept that I can do most things I used to do. It just takes me longer. Oh, yeah. Roman Bricks, never too old. Yeah, it is good to see him. It's been... I was on a live stream with him and Cosmic Bricks, Owen, a while back, maybe about 2 weeks ago now. Maybe, I don't know. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Like I said, my memory's bad. Can't even remember what I told you. Thing is, doctors tell me to lose weight. Yeah, and mine's told me that too. And I've done really good. Actually, I've lost over the last 10 years. I've lost 400 pounds. The only problem is I've gained 450 in the same amount of time. So that's my problem. I love the 3 laser prints that Never Too Old gets created on stream. Also building Legos. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you were into 3D printing. Never Too Old. I love 3D printing myself. I bought me a Bamboo Lab printer about a year ago. And it's all encased in glass. I love it because my first one wasn't encased in glass. And dust would always get in there and gum everything up. It takes a lot longer for the dust to get to it in that glass case. Okay, now we're going to be doing some cobblestone work. And this is interesting to say the least. But I like the cobblestone work, to be honest. Well, I just built the Arkham Asylum set on 8 episodes live streams. Cool set, I say. Yeah, it is. And something, I built it too on live streams, and I really liked all the little Easter egg gems in there. Like they used a spoon to carve out one of the cells, and that's an Easter egg all by itself. But then the other Easter egg is in the guard shack. There's that sticker that says missing spoon with a question mark. So they kind of know it's happening, but they don't know it's happening. I like that. When they get creative like that, that's real fun. All right, Mayo, you have a great one, sir. Now he's gone. I'm just kidding. I'm playing around. No, I wouldn't. I would not. I'm just messing, guys. So did you you said this cool set, but what do you think as far as the value? Do you think that it was worth the $300 something price tag? So we're going to be doing this this little bit of cobblestone work for a little bit, because that's what the directions call for. Okay, just retracing my steps, making sure I got it all. I had enough VIP points to take off 150 the Arkham Asylum, and I do not think it's worth the money. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Batman fan. I think it's an awesome set, but I do think Lego has lost their ever-loving minds when it comes to their price tags. In fact, the Death Star that came out, there was a couple of YouTubers, of course, they're sponsored by Lego, so they got a free copy of it, and they were saying what a great value it was, and the comments ate them alive. I saw people say, yeah, well, if I got it for free, it'd be worth it too. And yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it too, is like, I bought those two Subway cars this weekend, the Spider-Man ones, and had they not been, they were supposed to be 55, I got them for 40. Had they not been that cheap, I don't think they're worth it. I mean, I think they're either ever-loving minds charging what they're charging. And don't get me wrong, I'm a huge Lego fan. I just don't care for the pricing and all the gibberish that's going on there with that. Oh, I almost missed a whole section. I think there's one more bag of these smaller pieces. As soon as I'm done with this bag, I think there's a whole other bag of this cobblestone. Because if I remember right, it goes all the way to here. But we'll get her done. All right. Whoa, I forgot to say this. Happy Veterans Day to all you veterans out there. Forgot. I saw it this morning. I knew it was Veterans Day, but dang it. Like I said, keep saying my memory's toast. But this isn't about me. This is about the veterans. So happy Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. And I hope each one of you veterans have a wonderful day. Oh, boy. I didn't do that right. I better fix that. Okay, so we're on to bag 32, which is, like I said, another bag of cobblestone. Yeah, it's really weird because Veterans Day, it's a federal holiday, but the stock market's open today, but banks are not, and the post office is not. So okay, I know some banks are open, but they don't process the transactions until tomorrow. So it's like it's a banking holiday, but it's not a banking holiday. I don't know. It's weird. And the post office is closed today, which, be honest with you, I really, really am happy about that. Oh, my back's starting to spasm a little bit. So I'm feeling it. But we're going to keep going because we've got, oh my gosh, 51 numbered bags and 5 unnumbered. So 56 bags. And we are only on bag 32. So we're not even, well, I guess we are more than halfway because halfway would have been 28. So yeah, we're more than halfway, but not by much. So definitely need to go get this done. And also the other thing is, when it comes to the Lego store, the employees either make it or break it, man. Because I remember back when I lived in Virginia, there was a store manager, Bob. He's retired now. And that's what kind of, I hated it. Because when he was there, he was so kind, and like he wasn't so rigid with the rules, because there was a time that Lego was like you can only have 2 per whatever. And you know me, I mean, like if I'm building something crazy, I need more than 2. And Lego used to have that rule, and he used to not care, and he used to tell me just buy 2 on one card and pay for 2 on another. I don't care. And I used to do it. I could get whatever I wanted. And then, of course, if Lego needed to get rid of something, well, you know, that was free game. Because you remember those chess sets that they were mostly dark or light bluish gray, and they had the checkerboard and it opened up and you put the pieces in it. I bought a couple of them. And if you want to know where I got most of my pieces for my city, all the light bluish gray, that was the set. Because Bob got a hold of me. He actually called me on my cell phone. He goes, "Hey, I've got almost 200 of these sets, and I can't get rid of them. You want them?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he gave it to me for like half off, man. And I went there with my pickup, and I loaded up the back of the pickup, and I brought them all home and gave them a good home. And I parted them out. I didn't sell them. That was back when I was working IT and making a lot more money than I am now. Okay, I almost went too far here. Let me slow it down here and get it done. Because I'm excited to get this done. So excited that I just want to rush through it. I can't, because there's a well and some other things. And later on, if you don't do it right, it really screws it up. So I got to be careful. Okay, I think we're done with the cobblestone work now. So yeah, we're gonna get this set done first, and then we're gonna start on the antique shop of the Bricklink Designer Series 5 sets. That's gonna be the next one we build, and same thing. We're just gonna build it on live streams till we're done, and hopefully, I hope that one. It's only 2,000 something pieces, so I'm really hoping we could get it done in like maybe 3 or 4 streams. We'll see. All right, so we got this guy gone fishing. You think Trump's going to give us that 2,000? I don't know, man. I mean, when George Bush was president, they did stimulus checks, and that was different. That was just straight out of the government, borrowed and gave it back to us. And Trump's been talking about it ever since day one. So I'm hoping he does, because I'll be honest with you, man. I've got some things I could really use that money towards, and it would really help out. I mean, you're probably in the same boat. Probably could really use that money. I think all of us could. I mean, it's not just a couple people's problem. I think we all have that issue where, 2,000, and he's saying per person, so that means 4,000 for a couple. So I would really love that. I mean, that'd be, yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. He did. I forgot about that. Yeah, we got a couple of COVID, whatever they called those. Yeah. So yeah, I very much like it. So if it came true. And I love how they did the dock here. They're putting these little, mostly tiles, but then they're putting plates, and that's really important coming up because the way that they put the crates and stuff, they're lined out perfectly. Super Doom King, how's it going? It's been it's been about a week. How you doing, man? Got me Dragon Quest, playing the classics. Why not? Well, I don't know any reason for why not, because sometimes I pull out old games. Like there's a really old Dungeons and Dragons video game called Stronghold, and it came out when I was still in high school, and I graduated in 1992. That's how old the game is, And I forgot about the game until recently. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, wow, you know, I haven't played that game for a while. And so I looked it up, and Steam had it for like $4, $5. And so I bought the game, and I admit I play it for old time's sake, just, you know, just because, no reason needed. All right. We're on to yet another bag. Bag 34 this time, if you're keeping track. Now we're actually going to start working on the foundation a little bit. Oh, I hate the greenery pieces. Oh, do I hate them. They make it impossible to grab anything on here. Look. There. Stay there. Okay. Indeed. Sometimes playing the old is more satisfying. You know, what I don't like about the new ones, and I'll just be honest, is they're all pay to win and pay to play, pay to win. And I really miss the old time games where you spent your $40 on the game or whatever, sometimes 15, 60, I know that, but you spent your one-time deal and there was no paying to level up. There was none of that crap. It was just, you got the game, you played it, you learned how to beat it, and if you didn't win. Nowadays, it's like, oh, it's only $100, and look at this, you can get this gem package. I really do not like the modern games compared to the old ones. The old ones are way, way better. Bro, you care quit doing that? Enzo, stop it. He's grossing me out, dude. He's licking his behind like a whole bunch, and he's like, sounds like he's eating soup. Sorry, you guys, I shouldn't have given you that mental image. I already had that mental image. I didn't need to give that away. Yeah, that's why I like only playing single player games, aside from Mario Kart and Smash Bros. With pals sometimes. Yeah, no, I get it, man. My daughter likes Mario Kart, and yeah, I think that the games where you didn't have to just pay to win, I think those are just dumb. And there's so many of them. Almost all of them are pay to win these days. Even that game King Shot, which has come up on my feed so many times. No ads on King Shot. No, there's no ads, but if you don't pay a little bit of money, you're not going to get anywhere with that game. Almost all mobile games are pay to win, or even pay to play, really, because you can't get that far without it. Yes, I did it right. Cool. See, now I already like this section that I'm building, because if you look at it, it's already like the detail is already coming about. I mean, I love this right here, and I love, you know, these things and the dock, and I mean, it's already, and you know, there's gonna be a palm tree right here. Enzo reminds me of a kid, because he'll do stuff when I'm not looking or when I'm busy, and he knows I'm busy. Yeah, you're right about that. If the game is free, it's likely to cost you a couple $100. Yep. I mean, just even get anywhere. And NES, Nintendo 64, GameCube, Atari 2600, Sega Master, Sega Genesis, those were the last great consoles. Can't forget PlayStation 1 and 2. and Sega Saturn. Yes, I had the Nintendo 64, and I really liked it. Ouch, that hurt. All right. We are on to yet another bag. Bag 35 if you're keeping track. I missed the GameCube PS2. Yes, the GameCube. I remember that. Yeah. Oh, see, look at that. I'm doing great. I'm knocking it over myself. Yeah, games aren't what they used to be. And I really don't like this pay-to-play stuff. I really, really don't. Because, I mean, I used to play, like, when I had the Intellivision, if you remember that, Atari's knockoff thing. I had that, and I love games like Pit Frog, Frogger, sorry, not Fogger. What were some of the other ones I used to play? Burger Time. God, I still have my console in my basement, by the way. And I still have like, I don't know. I probably got close to 100 games. Yeah. My friend spent like a couple hundreds on Fortnite. Insane, man. Yeah, my son did that, and I just about killed him for that. I was like, dude, why? No wonder he's always broke. Yeah. I own all those consoles, and before I was into Lego, I was collecting classic video games. There are systems I will play them on newer consoles, and you don't have to pay to play. Oh, I play the Lego video games all the time. You know, my friend does that too. He likes playing. He said, I don't know anything about it, so maybe I'm wrong, but I thought he said there was a Lego Fortnite version, and he plays that. The only one I've ever played is I used to have the Lego Batman video game that went on PC. Okay, so we got 5 of these to build. That's free to play, but if you want skins, you have to pay. Yes, my son's talked about buying skins for games, and I don't know how much you guys game. I mean, I don't as near as much as I used to. In fact, I don't really have time, but my son plays Ark, and oh my gosh, has he spent a ton of money on Ark. I don't even know how much he has. I guess that's the way to make your money, you know. Get a video game, make a video game where everyone keeps pumping money into it. I played. I'll say. Sorry, I missed a comment here. The best Batman games are Arkham Trilogy because that's where Arkham Asylum, which is a really good game. All right. I have to say, I'm really impressed with this particular set in that they have these gold coins in here. And a lot of times Lego will kind of go cheap on here and they'll give you a few. I love how they did this, though. This really looks like a treasure room. I played Dragon Quest, the remake. I played it twice just so I could take the princess with me and the end boss. And then there was the PC. Yes, the PC was awesome, dude. I mean, I remember my very first PC game was called X-Wing, but it wasn't the one with the joystick. It was older than that. It was back in the 90s and late 80s, actually. And I remember it was so stupid. You flew it around and you had to press the space bar when you wanted to fire your weapons. And it was so cheesy. It was probably 4-bit graphics. A game has to be special to play through it more than once. Well, I used to play, like, back before I was doing YouTube, and I'm talking almost 20 years ago, back when Mrs. Chip first joined the Army. I used to play Guild Wars, and oh man, I loved Guild Wars. I've lost so many hours of my life playing Guild Wars, but anyway, yeah, I don't play Guild Wars anymore. In fact, I tried to sign on maybe about a month ago, and I don't remember my password. And I tried resetting it, and it won't let me reset. So I guess I'm out of luck, and I don't really care because, I mean, I don't know. Had I started playing that again, probably wouldn't be doing anything. No, Batman Arkham games are on the PC. Okay, all right. Man, I bet you're feeling really good about having your computer back, Yeti, and I'm glad your computer was able to get fixed. All right. So we've got bag 36 next, and I'm going to go grab that bag. All right, there we go. Yes, I am. You don't know how he fixed it. Well, I don't either, but you know what? It sure is nice to get things fixed, man. Is that rain I hear outside? Man, I think I hear rain. If that's the case, I ain't working on the dirt today because I ain't going out there in the rain. It'll just be mud. All right, here we go. Another minifig out of the way. Soon I will start playing Dragon Quest 2, but now I have to think of the funny names for my party. You know, I've always done weird names. Like when I played Guild Wars, I ran a guild, and I called it DOW, Dimensions of the World. And then I did one I had more than one Guild Wars account, and that was part of the problem about how much time I was spending on there. But I had another guild that I called FTW, for the win. And everyone would be like, haha, you're trying to say F the world. I'm like, no, it's for the win. And then I remember I used to tell my kids, WTF. And my kids had no idea what that meant until one of them hit about the 4th grade. She came home and she's like, you're always swearing. You're saying FTW. And I said, no, WTF. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm not swearing. She said, yeah, it means. And she told me, and I said, no, that's not what it means. It means, where's the food? I admit, I used to mess with my kids so bad growing up. Kind of miss those days where I could pull one over on them. Oh, no, I don't blame you. Plus, it's cold. My house was at 58 when I woke up this morning. Ah, that is cold, dude. Yeah, I mean, I kind of would like to get outside because it's 52, which for being this time of year, 52 is still pretty warm. And I know it's not going to stay that way. In fact, I was looking at the weather report, and by the end of the week, the highs are supposed to be in the 30s. So it's going to get nasty here, and it's going to get nasty fast. So I called my guy after, okay. I want dinner. What the? Yeah, WTF, yes. Exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to say. And don't interpret it any other way. You're getting into the 60s today. That's good, man. Yeah, we're always, well, not always, but we're usually colder than, of course, we're way up north. People don't realize it, but Idaho really does border Canada. We're pretty far up north. I'm on the southern end of Idaho, but I'm still pretty far north. What's wrong with Jermaine? I don't know what's wrong with them, but I like that instead of what would, yeah. That's pretty cool. When I woke up this morning at 5:30 to use the washroom, it was 32 degrees. Oh, God, dang, dude. That is cold. Yeah, I do have a little space heater in my room, and I usually run it for about 10 minutes before I go to bed, just to kind of boost up the heat in there. And then I sleep with two heavy blankets, man. Okay, just making sure I did this right. I love this gold stash. They're doing a really good job on this. See, look at this. Got a gold stash. Of course, that's if I can not hold on to it and not wreck it before you can get in there. That does happen too. It looks like the majority of what we're doing right now is just getting this gold pile ready. Man, my phone's been going off a lot during this stream. One time I called my guy Chap. Having everyone call me Chap is so funny. That actually is funny. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. He's a good old chap. All right. Well, normally I would stop right here, but because I want to get this done tomorrow, being the last stream tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and open one last bag because that'll give us 13 bags for tomorrow. And normally I've been getting about 10 or 11 done. So tomorrow's live stream will be just a tad bit longer, but a little bit shorter than it would be because I'm going to get this bag done. Oh, you sent me something. Okay. All right. Because no, it's been going off like, yeah. Oh, I got a Bricklink order. I don't mind that. Oh, I like Yeti. I like your interpretation of WTF. Oh, that was good. That was real good. I can't say it on the air. You know that. Well, I could, but just I wouldn't be on YouTube for much longer. They'd probably yank my stream. Oh boy. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm actually going to tell my dad that one. Well, I do the same thing to you during your streams. I send you stuff that I know you can't read. And I appreciate it. Actually cracks me the heck up, dude. Because all right. Well, Spencer should be home in just a minute or two. In fact, I'd be surprised if he ain't home in the next few minutes. Like, literally, like pulling up right now, but I don't see. Oh, huh. I say that, and yep, there's a car right there. All right. So I have my cameras that I can see. I've got like 8 security cameras around my home. When you got a property as big, you need that many. Not that anyone's ever done anything, because I have actually really never, ever had a problem living here. No one bothers me back here. You want to bet I can read and we can find out how long YouTube keeps me on? Yeah, let's do a throwaway account. Let's build us a throwaway account. Let's do it. Yep, there goes the garage door. So there goes Spencer. He's coming in the house here. We play a game called How Fast Can Kicked Off YouTube. You know, actually, if we could get a throwaway account, I'd do it. I'd just start telling. Of course, I ain't putting my face on there. But we can do that. Hey, Spencer. I'm still streaming for a few more minutes. But yeah, I think that'd be fun. Just tell the most foul and nasty jokes we could find. Actually, I don't have to go very far to find those. I already know most of them. Is this how it's supposed to be? For real? Yeah, it is. Okay. All right. So this is it for today. What would be really surprised if we can actually become successful overnight. Dude, I would laugh my butt off if that happened, because dude, Legos have been kicking my behind for a few years trying to get this off the ground. And if getting on there and just being foul got me noticed, that would crack me the heck up. All right, this is bags 1 through 37. And actually, here's the other part of it. There's a bridge that goes right here. And that's coming up later. It's actually the last thing you build. Oh, no, the ship's the last thing you build. But yeah, this is as far as we're going to get today. I will be on here tomorrow, bag 38 and onward. So thanks for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.